Hello and welcome to Mr. Wiley Teaches Math. Today we're going to be graphing on the coordinate plane. From the other lesson you may remember we talked about this corner of the coordinate plane where the x and y meet at the origin 0. Today we're going to be talking about the other three corners. The other day we were talking about the first quadrant where all our coordinate pairs, our x value is positive. We always have a positive, and we also had a positive up in this value. So all the numbers we worked with the other day were positive and positives. But today when we move into the second quadrant, our x values, which always come first, are going to be negative, but our y values are still going to be positive. And our third quadrant, we're going to be a negative x and a negative y. And in the fourth quadrant, we're going to be a positive x and a negative y. And there's the pattern that we're going to follow. So I've got 6 points laid out on coordinate plane. We're going to start by finding their coordinates. Let's start with A. So I'm going to the right on the x-axis, or I'm going in the positive direction on the x-axis. I went over 2. So my A value is going to be 2. And I'm going in the positive direction on the y, 1, 2, 3. So I wanted to give that address. I'd start with the name A. It's point A. Its location is at 2 and 3. For B, I'm moving in the negative x direction, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be a negative 3. But I'm still going in the positive direction. I'm in the second quadrant here. So I'm still a positive y value, and it's a positive 8. So it's negative 3 and 8. C is in the third quadrant. And I know I have to go negative x value first. It looks like all the way to negative 9. And I also have to go on the negative y value down to negative 6. D, I'm going to start by moving in the positive direction of x 3 places. But I have to move negative y direction, so negative 5. Point E, I'm going to start with my x value. So I'm going to go in the negative x all the way to negative 5. I don't have to go up or down. It's on the 0 line, so I'm going to say negative 5 and 0. F, well, I don't have to move left or right on the x. So I'm going to start with a 0, 0 and negative 10. So this was in the first quadrant, this was in the second, this was in the third, and this one is a fourth. Because these have 0 values, they don't really fit in any quadrant, or we can say that they don't belong to any quadrant. Let's finish by plotting 5 points. Let's start with G at 8 and 7. So I know it's the x and then the y values. So positive 8 on the x and a negative 7. Be right there, and I have to give it a name. So I'm going to choose the name that the letter I was given. It's point G. Don't have to write the coordinate pairs. I could if I wanted to. G is fine, or after it I could write 8 and negative 7. H, so I'm going to go negative 4, so negative x value, and negative 10. So there's my H. I, so 0 on the x, so I don't have to move left or right, and 9, so it's a positive 9 going up. That's point I. J, it's at positive 4, and all the way up to positive 15. And label that J. And K is at negative 9 and 0. So as I go through those, make sure that I'm labeling them either just with the letter or with the letter and the coordinate pair. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check the class website for the handouts, additional examples, and the assignments.